Hello and welcome to The Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that may have come up during the week. And hello for the first show of 2020, first show of the year, first show of the decade. Let's hope that 10 years from now we're saying hello to 2030 and thinking about the good times when we were tiny, and now it's 2030 and we're rolling in dough. I'm your host, Uncle Silver, aka Silver Greg, aka Greg, whatever you're comfortable calling me. And welcome to you, my co-host, the chat. Always a fantastic time having you here as we discuss what may end up being some polarizing topics. I don't know how one topic in particular is going to go. I hope everybody had a good New Year's. I guess I can't really say vacation since everybody gets that time off, but I hope everybody had a good New Year, a safe New Year's. You rang it in well, but responsibly. We're all about being good and being positive but safe here. Yay! The more you know. I don't have that button for the more you know, so we'll just hit this button here. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just funny. It was fine for New Year's. It was New Year's. It's the older you get, the more it's like, time is just a construct. It was just nice to have a day off, if anything else. I think that's what always happens when it comes to situations like that. It's everybody's all excited, like, oh, it's New Year's, we're gonna party, we're gonna get so drunk, and I'm normally just like, I can't wait to sleep in. That's normally my favorite part of all of it. But yeah, it was fine, and then we went back to work, and it's good because I get Christmas and New Year's off, so it's always 2 weeks in a row of 4-day work weeks, which always feels really good. So then that first full week back, you're just kind of like, it's one more day, but I still don't want to do it. I mean, I don't want to do the other 4 days a week. But hello, Bert, Aqua, Hero Hyrule, Fox. We got Sean, Rami, Brandon, Z King. What's going on? Hey, I just got some sad news. Neil Peart. Wow, the drummer for Rush just recently passed away. Oh, we have to play some Rush. I probably will not play it on the show since we'll get demonetized immediately. But we will. I'm gonna have to play some Rush later. Little Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer always. So I don't know. Something about that song always makes me like. Rush to me is the kind of music where you're like, you start playing it and you're like, yeah. Oh yeah. So that is sad news. So we'll I'm definitely gonna have to play some Rush. Are we going to that extremely meta Pokemon? We'll get there, Brandon. That's going to be a later topic because I want to get through some of the other stuff. Because quite frankly, we'll start talking about Pokemon Direct, and we will never stop. New Year's for me is like, woo! I get to do jack shit for 365 more days. Yeah, right. Like you, and that's I got tired of the. I'm gonna make this resolution. It's gonna be the best year ever because either I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? And I don't need January 1st to tell me whether or not I'm gonna do it. I understand using it like a marker. It's a milestone moment, and we like to use milestone moments to flag certain parts of in certain times. You know what I mean? We like to say, oh, I did these things and it started on January 1st. Real edgy in the hunt with a sub. I gotta fix that notification window. Thank you so much, in the hunt with a tier 1 sub. Very, very much appreciate that. He passed away on Tuesday. Okay. Let me scroll back up here. Who do we have? Pitt, UAC, Mendez. What is going on? Passed away Tuesday, January 7th. Brain cancer. Just going through the comments here. Sega's watching. Yeah, let me fix. Okay, so I don't know how much better or worse or not at all the picture quality looks, but I changed everything up to 1080p, so it should be outputting a little bit better. My computer is handling it just fine, which I'm actually very happy about. Let me move that. Oh. Okay, so I'll put that there. So yeah, so the computer's handling it well. I don't know where I was going. I never know where I'm going. I got some news for you. Sega's watching. No, but I had to repair. I haven't done that yet. I haven't fixed my Genesis Mini yet. Hey Greg, can't stay. Got to babysit my little cousin. Flip note. Why don't you just put the show on for your little cousin? But thank you, Real Edgy. Just to make sure that I got that. Sega's always watching. Yeah, Sega's always watching from the shadows. Gerg. Well, Hero, Gerg was my Viking name. That was the Viking name that I chose for myself some years ago. Gerg the Chubby was always my Viking name. Yeah. Oh, is that a modified Derposaurus? I like that. That actually really works. We are so not kid friendly. So far the year's been oof. It is for me it's been a year, you know what I mean? Like 2020 is I want to use 2020 to do some new things, but the reality is this early in the year, you're normally still dealing with the stuff that happened in 2019. You know, and that's one thing that always bothers me when people, you got to leave those last year's problems in the past. It literally doesn't change because a day happened. Like the problems from December 31st, 2019 don't stop on January 1st. So you still got to fix all of that stuff. But it's nice to have some kind of a game plan, you know. I don't know. If you're gonna change, you can change. It doesn't matter what the date is, especially when we play salt-inducing game. Oh. So far, 2020 has been yeah. 2020 has been. I mean, we won't get into that stuff because a lot of that stuff, you know, other than unfortunately Australia is effectively on fire. But we won't get into some because a lot of the other stuff is kind of political, and we don't really get into that stuff here. 2020 is already 2% complete. Yeah, and it's already hung trying to run a better program. Exactly. It's nice to have something to look forward to later in the year. I want to do new things as soon as I get rid of the Christmas wait. Yeah, the Christmas wait is... fortunately, I have already gotten rid of the Christmas wait. I am still just as big as I was before Christmas started. So no Christmas gain here. We managed to make it out with the regular fat. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's you know, just trying to get through. Hopefully everybody else is doing a little better. I know that we talked about it before, just like 2019 was just such a disaster. Like I know so many people, every time I bring up to somebody how 2019 was, everybody's like, oh my god, it was horrible. There was this, there was that. It was just a train wreck, and we got out. We made it out of 2019. We're alive. Most of us hopefully are doing well. My sister, by the way, if you have not followed on Twitter, my sister has been recovering very well. She's up sort of on her feet, like they're able to walk her around now. So she's getting better because she's in the rehab clinic. She's been out of the hospital for maybe a week or two now. So she's at the physical therapy. I hate saying rehab because it makes it sound like she had a different problem. She's at the physical therapy place. But if it is realistically, it's a rehabilitation center, but it's physical rehabilitation. I don't think it's like that rehab. So 2019, was that rough for people? Oh yeah. 2019 was pretty friggin' brutal. 2020 is good for me so far. I've been bored because my job ended, but I got a new one on Monday. Very, very good. 2019 had its ups and downs. And Great Soul, I mean, it had its ups and downs. I think the problem is that the downs were felt more down than they ever have been. But, you know, it had some ups, which is always really good. You know, I've said before, it's like a heart rate. You have to have ups and downs. If you don't have ups and downs, it's completely flat and you're dead. And that's not, that there's probably less video games to play in the afterlife. So that is very unappealing to me. All right, I want to get into some of these topics because some of these are a little bit shorter. I don't know how much we're going to talk about some of them, and then of course we're going to talk about Pokemon, and that's going to turn into a disaster. But hopefully, I set all of these up properly. CES for our first topic. CES is going on. CES is just the Consumer Electronics Show. I believe it happens in Las Vegas, and this is the big electronics show. This is where this is effectively electronics E3. This is where a lot of the companies are going to show off some of their newest tech. They've got floor displays. They've got hotel suites that are rigged out for the media to go and take a closer look at some of the stuff that's there. So there's always a lot of fun stuff. It used to actually be fun for video games. There used to be, not like E3, but there used to be some video game stuff. There kind of is now, but the video games, since video games have effectively taken over E3, there's not a lot of stuff there at CES. But there have been a couple of things. There was Arcade 1-Up was there, which I want to talk about. But first, all the stuff you might be able to buy in 10 years. Yeah, right. Mr. L, all the stuff I'll be able to buy in 10 years when it goes on sale because everybody who bought it moved on to something else. TVs and drawers and TVs that can curve at the push of a button. Yeah, they had all of the folding tablets and stuff, the folding phones. They showed off a 360 hertz monitor, which obviously we can't see what that looks like because even if they take footage of it, we're only going to see it in 60 hertz. Well, my monitors are only 60 hertz. Even if if you had a 144 hertz monitor, you'd be able to see that fantastically, but you would not be able to see the 360 hertz. So that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing in person. We're not really super techie here, so I'm not going to get into all of the stuff that's been going on there. I've been following a lot of the AMD news as far as the Ryzen chips, and I know Intel is kind of putting everybody to sleep right now. There's been a lot of stuff. I've been watching a lot of videos about PC hardware, which is the cases and the coolers and everything. CES, please. I already sold my kidney to buy my computer. I gotta say, 144 hertz isn't as good as people say it is. Either that or I bought a bad monitor. 144 hertz, I like it, but you have to have something that's actually taking advantage of it. I don't know if you played Real Edgy, if you played games on the monitor. Games take a very good advantage of the high refresh rates, and the high frame rates. With the CES show off like parts and stuff. Everything. They'll show off full builds. They'll show off new parts. They'll show off stuff that's coming out. They'll show off concept stuff. No, Greg, I don't play games. Real Edgy, you don't play games, then what are you doing here? Oh, you're being humorous is what you're wait, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. I bought my 3K computer to watch 1080p videos. Hey, I don't know. Maybe you like 360p. You like that old stuff. YouTube, the first days of YouTube. But yeah, so they show off a bunch of stuff, but they also show off a lot of concept stuff, a lot of weird stuff. It's kind of like the car show. The car show shows you all the cars you're going to hear or you're going to see out on the street. And then it shows you a bunch of things that you're never, ever going to see. So one of the ones that they showed, and this is the only thing I wanted to show you because I wanted to talk about the trend of it, which is what I should say. This is a new PC case that's coming out. This is the Thermaltake, AHT600TG open frame full tower. It looks like an Apache helicopter, which is what the AH probably stands for. I like this. I like this case. If you see the picture, the black one there has a build in it. And if you go to YouTube, you'll find 1,000 videos of people that have footage of this. Oh, it looks interesting. Better than my NZXT H500. The H500 is a good case, though. The H500 is a really good case. It looks like something out of Star Wars. It looks like an enemy from Halo 4 or 5. This case looks like it could hurt me. So futuristic. How is it supposed to hold a PC? I don't think I... Let's see. Yeah, I can't move the mouse to show you that. Actually, can I? No? Okay. The glass side panel that you can see there, that comes off, and then that gives you access to the inside, so you can put your motherboard in and do all of that stuff. I think you're supposed to use AIOs, which is an all-in-one liquid cooler for the... You don't need it for the GPU, but I think you need it for the CPU. It's very cool looking. I like it, and the reason I wanted to show it and I wanted to talk about it is because I hope that this sort of thing becomes popular. Not just this particular case, but the idea that maybe computers don't all have to be rectangles. One of my biggest issues with a lot of the tech nowadays is that it all looks the same. You know, cell phones, because of the screen, with it's the full screen, and some of them have a button and some of them don't. They all look the same to me. Yeah, you change the color of the back, but then you put a case on the phone, so they all kind of look the same as far as an initial design, and I hate that. I think that technology should. It can be stylish. We can use it to reflect our personality, in addition to having it do all of the things that we want it to do. And stuff like this computer case is cool to me because somebody could say, oh, maybe I want to take it and I want to paint it. And like somebody mentioned that it looks like a vehicle from Halo. What if you took one of these and you gave it a custom Halo style paint job? What if you painted it purple so that it looked like one of the ghosts? Me personally, I would end up in the center cockpit window. I would probably set something up to put a little figure, like a little G.I. Joe or something like that, something so that it looks like they're flying. I mean, realistically, I'd paint the whole thing orange and then put Samus up there, and it looks like Samus's gunship. I think that would be awesome. But it's a cool way to personalize something more than just, oh, I got this case and it's the blue one, which I have. The Thermaltake. Yeah, that's the picture that I'm showing there. Yeah, so that's the Thermaltake case. Learn anything about cases over time? The shape of the case doesn't matter. The shape of the case doesn't matter as much as it used to, as long as you're using the proper parts. You still need some sort of airflow if you're not using a liquid cooler or liquid cooling. They have those open test bed, those open concept cases now, which are really awesome, and I like those. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you need. Everybody remembers the old beige computers, the old beige box computers, and they all, with certain things here and there, they all kind of look the same. It was beige. There's a reason you say beige as a metaphor for boring and kind of mundane and basic, and that's what they all were. So I like this. I like the idea of them switching up, and I hope that this becomes a popular thing. Like I said, not just this case in particular, but the idea that maybe computer cases don't all have to look exactly the same anymore. As I look at my Fractal Designs blue case that looks like everybody else's. Yeah, why can't PCs be pyramids? Well, they can now. I mean, I got my PC black because I'm bored. Hey, black is fine as long as it's a cool design. You got the H500, so it's a basic design. It can reflect the personality. Here we have Lattimore PC shaped like a middle finger. Lattimore, but let me ask you, if you could have your PC shaped like a big hand with a middle finger, wouldn't you do it? How cool would that be? I mean, I would be offended every time I saw your computer, but it would be cool. A lot of PCs I see that my friends and family have are the standard box with full glass window panel. Yeah, yeah, it's because it's cool to see that stuff, you know, that's why glass panel, clear panel sides became so popular, because the components inside might be interesting and you might want to see that stuff. So why not do the same thing to the outside? Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to hear more. Now, I've never seen Samus's gunship in the R34. Then real edgy. Then you're not looking. I thought it was a ship. Mac Pros always had interesting design. Yeah, Mac Pros always had ridiculously high price tags too. Crackman, what is going on? The PC I saw that I want has buttons and whistle things, looking like a military vehicle, except every button except the power and CD tray is for show. Oh, okay. I thought gray was a boring neutral color. No, excuse me. Gray is no longer boring and neutral. Now it's called silver, and now it's dynamic. My new PC case is open air. Convenient for me so I can access every part. Yeah, you know, and test beds need to do that, but now you can keep a test bed as an actual computer, and I think that's cool. So Greg, how do you feel about wall computers? I think they're awesome. I think they're really cool. Linus Tech Tips, they did, a couple years ago maybe. He did a build where the computer was inside the desk, like the desk itself was the computer, where he had. It was an acrylic top, and then everything inside was laid out so that, and then the airflow, like he had the fans on one side, and then he had airflow flowing in on another side. It was very cool, you know, and it's just more interesting. I mean, that's pretty elaborate, but at the same time, it leads you to other things. You know, you start watching videos where people are building PCs in wooden crates, like milk crates. I think there was a couple where they're built in like cardboard boxes just to prove that it can be done, and they work fine. If I could have my PC be shaped like anything, it would be the Millennium Falcon. I'm 100% positive that you can do that. There's a computer from years ago that the guy built into a walker, an AT-AT walker. I don't say AT-AT, I say AT-AT. You know, Apple computers aren't even that expensive. Like the high-end Mac, Apple tax is only like 200 of. No, real edgy. I saw there was an Apple computer that was advertised recently that was like $4,000, and inside I think was an Intel i9 9900K, which is not. I don't even think it was a 9900K. It was basically, actually no, it was a 9900K, which is Intel's last gen CPU. Yeah, there's an Apple tax there. There's an Apple tax and there's an Intel tax that no one wants to believe. Shimmering hair flip. Our first PC was the huge Windows 98 beige box, bigger than 2 VHS players. I would love to build a computer in one of those old beige boxes. They're hard to find. The beige boxes, you can't. Nobody has them on Craigslist, and if you try and buy them on eBay, people are charging like $60-$70 for the old cases. They know they have something that people want now. Greg says he tries to stay about aging. I don't try to stay about aging. I do it beautifully. Yeah, the Lian Lee design. I've seen all kinds of DIY computers, from mini fridges to pizza boxes to the. I've seen the pizza box one. The guy was kind of creepy about that, about the coffin. I'm hoping to do more tech stuff myself. Yeah, that's my only problem, is tech is expensive. Real edgy. I'm gonna put you onto a channel. Let me find his actual. I think it's Random Gaming HD. Hold on. I'm gonna put you onto a channel. I really like this channel. I like his tone and everything. Random Gaming in HD. Hold on, let me make sure here. Okay, yeah. Random Gaming in HD. I'm gonna put you onto this channel. I'm gonna put everybody onto this channel. Gaming in HD. This guy is on YouTube, and I very much enjoy his content. One of the reasons in particular is because he is not one of the high budget people. When you watch like Linus Tech Tips, you watch Bitwit, Gamers Nexus. They are fantastic content. They're fantastic channels, great information. The problem is they all have tons of money. You can tell that these are the channels that these attack helicopter computer cases, they're going to build in them. And then you're going to see them once these cases are available, they're going to build in them. They're going to get samples from the companies and they're going to build those cases in them. These are the guys that, oh, we're going to build the dream PC, and then they turn around and they pull all of the parts off of a shelf because they have AMD 3950 CPUs just sitting on the shelf waiting to go. It's great. It's great content. But realistically, that's not what we're all able to do. This guy here, thank you, Real Edgy. This guy here, Random Gaming in HD, you can tell that he is not a high budget. You know, the production values are relatively low. And he reviews a lot of old tech. There's a lot of stuff that he does as far as like old graphics cards. And he'll test, like he'll take like the 980, the GTX 980 graphics card, which is actually the graphics card that I use, which is like 6-7 years old, and he'll run modern games and he'll show you how they hold up. Because when you watch some of these other channels, you think you need a 2080 Ti, you think you need this huge graphics card in order to play all these modern games. And so this guy, he'll show you old like RX 570s and 560s, and he'll run them with today's games and show you the kinds of games you're going to be able to play, what you can expect when you play frame rates. And you'd be surprised. A lot of people get into this mindset that they need all of these brand new parts, and you watch this channel and he's not like that, you know, and his channel is not that kind of content. And that's cool because that's more our speed, you know, it's more accessible for us. So when I think about that, when I think about how much tech is, I think about that channel and I realize, oh, you know, the tech is expensive, but maybe not all of it has to be. Are you talking about the 1K monitor stand, which I don't count? Oh, yeah. I saw this the other day. Some guy took Hot Wheels themed 90s, early 2000 PC and installed Windows 7 or 10 on it. I would not mind having a sleep. I would love to have a sleeper case. My only problem with sleeper cases is that they're not built for airflow. So you would have to do something very creative to get airflow into your computer, unless you're using water cooling. If I had some funds for it, I'd want to make a modern computer inside the case for a Commodore 64, which is my family's first computer. Hello, Automaton. Doesn't Review Tech USA do? Review Tech, he talks about some stuff, but I don't see him do a lot of tech stuff. These tech channels are all tech. That's all they are, is they go over the new tech. They put PCs together constantly. They give away PCs, guys. I've seen Bitwit give away several computers, and I'm like, good computers. And so I remember watching a video on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The problem 9th generation NVIDIA has is that modern games get like support for new cards, no optimization for the older ones. At least for Unreal Engine 4 is pretty optimized. Liquid cooling still needs airflow. Liquid cooling needs airflow, but LGR, I watch LGR from time to time. Liquid cooling needs airflow, but you can pull the air from anywhere. When you talk about an air-cooled case, the case itself needs a flow path. You have to, the case needs to be concealed so that air can come in and blow out. When you have liquid cooling, the radiator just needs to get air through it. So realistically, you could have that's what those open air builds are all about. The radiators can you just have them out, and as long as they're sucking air through them, they work pretty fine. And as long as you've got the right fans, you should be okay. Sorry, but I don't like the idea of putting water anywhere near my PC. Well, Lattimore, the AIOs, which is all-in-one coolers, it's like a radiator and a little pump block that goes onto your CPU with the hoses. They're closed systems. They're not going to leak, assuming they work properly. they're not going to leak. You don't ever take that apart. The liquid cooling, the custom loops and stuff, that's the stuff that you build yourself, and I personally would probably not do that because that's when things are going to leak all over the place. I wonder if there's a PC case made to look like a GameCube. I pay top dollar for that. The GameCube might be a little small, maybe a little bit bigger. You could fit like a mini ITX system in there. That would be kind of cool. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. I don't know. You've just built. Oh yeah, I guess the GameCube is about the size of a Silverstone mini ITX case. I mean, you're not going to get high end because you're going to be using a CPU with built-in graphics, so you're not going to get ultra high end. But I mean, you'll get a pretty cool emulation box using a build like that. Huh. I hate ITX parts. I love ITX parts, but I hate them because they charge you more for the smaller parts. But that's techie stuff. I think that's the most we've ever talked about tech stuff.